All right, welcome. We have one bill here, Senate Bill 959, Senator Benson's bill, but I think Laura Addis from the Treasurer's Office is with us. Laura?
Good morning. I'm Laura Addis, Deputy Treasurer for Public Policy. I just wanted to say at the outset, when the Treasurer and I were last here talking about this bill, the Treasurer was offering informational testimony. So the Treasurer is not necessarily trying to sway the policy decision about whether 529 should be moved to the Treasurer's office. However, the Treasurer had asked at that time that funding be set aside if the program's coming to STO to help him improve services, and also that there be some kind of settlement process put in place so that he has a roadmap for dealing with all of these account holders. And the amendments before the committee do that. So while the Treasurer doesn't have a position on whether or not you pass the bill, if you do pass the bill, he would be supportive of it in this posture. So would you like me to just discuss the Senate version of the bill? Okay. So the amendments essentially are the bill for what you have before you. The transfer is still the same. So the bill transfers responsibility of the Maryland 529 program to the State Treasurer's Office. That would be done on June 1st of this year rather than on an emergency basis. And the Maryland 529 board would be abolished on that same date. The bill also phases out the prepaid college trust. That was in the bill as introduced, so no new enrollments after June 1st of this year. Transfers and rollovers into the program, so if an account holder wanted to bring money from another account into the prepaid plan, that would only be allowed for paying off an existing contractual obligation for the purpose of sort of paying off something that they have already entered into, but not extending for additional years or semesters of tuition. The amended bill also says that transfers out of the trust would be allowed at any time. As introduced, the bill had said rollovers out of the plan were only allowed until January 1st, 2025, and they would be incentivized if you did it before that date. The amended bill, however, doesn't have any restrictions on rolling money out of the plan. I would say the most substantive amendment is the establishment of a claims process. So the Senate added a requirement that the Treasurer administer a process for claims arising from the administration of the trust. So the Treasurer would have to adopt claim procedures, prioritize claims where the account holder or beneficiary sought a disbursement prior to June 1st of this year, or it will be seeking a disbursement for the fall semester. The Treasurer also has to notify account holders of the claims process within 10 days of adopting the procedures that would govern it, and then would have to adopt regulations to govern future claims. There would be filing deadlines for pursuing a settlement. So for claims arising from this disclosure statement issue, which is what the account holders are concerned about currently, a claim would have to be filed by the end of this year. And then for claims arising after that date, they would have to be filed within 1 year. This would be the exclusive remedy, so the only way that someone could obtain a settlement or remedy would be by going through this claim settlement process, and the Treasurer's decision would be final and only subject to limited judicial review. An acceptance of a settlement would satisfy all claims against the trust and would require the account holder to roll out of the plan. The amended bill also enhances the Treasurer's fiduciary duties. The bill as amended authorized the Treasurer to delegate fiduciary duties, and that is actually unchanged by the Senate. The bill also, as introduced, had made changes to the Financial Education and Capabilities Commission membership to say that there would be both the Treasurer and a 529 representative on the commission. The version that you have before you would be just one representative from the Treasurer's office who could speak to both 529 and STO issues. And there's no longer a work group in the bill as amended by the Senate. And effective immediately, there are these special sections in the bill that say that prior to June 1st of this year, The board and the program staff would have to cooperate with any requests from the state treasurer's office regarding the transition. The state treasurer would be authorized to take any action deemed necessary or appropriate to prepare for the transfer. And then there's a provision that says that settlements, any of these settlements that come through the claims process against the assets of the trust would not be considered a contribution for Maryland state income tax purposes and would be exempt from state and local taxes. So that's quick and dirty. Not
Great.
that quick.
That was great. Thank you, Laura. Any questions for Laura Addis? Okay. Well, we're going to move to a voting session when we complete this. That completes the bill hearing. So do we need a couple minutes before we vote? All right, we're just going to pause for like 2 minutes.
A couple quick questions.
Sure, we can. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Well,
fine.
okay. The first question is, have you resolved the issue of the interest? Because there was, I think, a lot of, that we'd heard testimony, people were complaining about the interest. Is that going to be part of the settlement process, consideration of the interest of what the participants should get?
The legislation doesn't speak to that, so that would be left to the treasurer's discretion as sole fiduciary to decide what earnings rate would apply.
Okay.
In the claims process.
Yeah, so he
there's
would
a
make
claims
a.
process.
So
That's-
the way that this will work as we envision it, the treasurer will make a determination about what earnings rate should be applied to all 31,000 accounts. And then if someone wants to seek something above and beyond that, they would file a claim and go through this claims process.
Okay. Then the other question is, I was speaking to a senator, and they felt that if you go out of state, the tuition is not locked in like it would be in a Maryland institution. I assume that portion of the Maryland institution, the tuition is locked in when they started the program with the 529?
So none of the parameters about how the prepaid plan works would be changed. So,
Okay,
yeah,
Right.
that's unchanged by the reform bill.
okay. All right. And basically, the lock-in tuition is a benefit that you would not get if you get the 529 and you send your children to an out-of-state, correct?
Well, okay, so there's and I apologize if I'm misunderstanding your question. So in the Senate, there were some questions and some confusion. So there's the college investment plan, which is just a traditional investment plan, and then there's the Maryland Prepaid College Trust. The Prepaid College Trust is what's most affected by the reforms because that's where the issues arose.
Correct. Okay.
And so the reason why people seek a prepaid account is because it locks in the tuition rate for when you enter into the contract, and that would not be changed except that someone would need to get in before June 1st because it's closed to new enrollments after that date.
Thank you for indulging.
Yep, quick one.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Delegate Ivey.
Thank you, and thank you for the work that you all have done on this. So I heard the timeline for when the claims have to be submitted. Is there a notice that's going to go out before then or prior to the timeline coming up? Deadline?
The Senate amended the bill to require the treasurer to provide notice within 10 days after when he adopts the claims process, sort of the step-by-step that someone needs to follow in order to file a claim. And the treasurer has said that he wants to do a robust sort of public awareness campaign to make sure people understand that they have to file by the end of the year.
Of course, I'm not surprised that he has that foresight. Thank you.
Okay, don't see any other questions. That concludes the bill hearing. Thank you. think we're ready to vote on this. We have some concurrences, but we also have the bill we just heard, Senate Bill 959. We do have a couple of amendments. Michelle?
Thanks. There are two amendments that was sent in a reprint to you guys this morning. Amendment number 1 is technical. Amendment number 2 makes changes related to the ABLE program and makes clarifying changes to the claims process.
Second amendment was provided by Delegate Forbes, just to make sure we include ABLE in this fix. Any discussion on those two amendments, the technical and the ABLE amendment? All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, raise your hand. The ayes have it. Any discussion on the bill? Move favorable on the bill. All right, roll call.
Vice Chair Chang. Vice Chair Chang is a yay. Delegate Corman. Delegate Corman is a yay. Delegate Smith. Delegate Smith is a yay. Delegate Bridges. Delegate Bridges is a yay. Delegate Shetty. Delegate Shetty is a yay. Delegate Lewis. Delegate Lewis is a yay. Delegate Grice. Delegate Grice is a yay. Delegate Ivy. Delegate Ivy is a yay. Delegate Anderson. Delegate Anderson is a yay. Delegate Jones. Delegate Jones is a yay. Delegate McComas. Delegate McComas is a yay. Delegate Mangione. Delegate Mangione is a yay. Delegate Stonko. Delegate Stonko is a yay. Delegate Wolick. Delegate Wolick is a yay. Delegate Heimbach. Delegate Heimbach is a yay. Delegate McCaskill. Delegate McCaskill is a yay. Delegate Harris. Delegate Harris is a yay. Delegate Edelson. Delegate Edelson is a yay. Delegate Metzger. Delegate Metzger is a yay. Delegate Watson. Delegate Watson is a yay. Delegate Solomon. Delegate Solomon is a yay. Delegate Forbes. Delegate Forbes is a yay.
Okay, the bill passes. We have some concurrences. House Bill 870. Ken?
APP is secondary on this bill, and ENT voted not to concur and appoint a conference committee.
And motion is not to concur. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. House Bill 1219. Michelle.
APP is secondary on this bill. The Senate amendments provide alternative pathways for teacher preparation programs, replace an alternative method to meet the high staff qualification requirement, alters requirements for the loan forgiveness as the Nancy Grasnick Public School Professional Scholar Program, and clarifies which stipends are available when under the Teacher Development and Retention Fund. Ways and Means move to concur.
Okay. Motion is to concur. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. House Bill 1298, Council.
This is the prior authorization bill. The Senate added a number of additional projects.
All right. We'll move to concur on this. All right. Been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. We probably are still going to have some more to vote on, certainly concurrences, so just stay tuned on the floor. If we do, I'll make the announcement. Yes, sir. Delegate Watson. Ma'am. Committee picture. How do we do that? Just somebody's aide? Okay. All right, we're going to take a committee picture outside on the stairs right now. We're adjourned. We'll Photoshop them.